Welcome to the Eureka Effect. This is In the Flow, the segment where we just sit down and shoot the shit. My name is Hannah.
And my name is Courtney.
And welcome. So we don't really have a crazy amount planned today to talk about. We want to sit down with you for a couple minutes, touch base. So I have a story for everyone. I'm so fucking proud of myself over this shit. I'm talking about my stuff right now. You just sit there, don't you worry. So yesterday, or I should say last night actually, I was looking at our TikTok. I had posted something. And we went to a waterfall and I posted like a little kind of aesthetic. I don't know, I wasn't super proud of it. I just wanted to get something up for the algorithm. And I was looking at her TikTok and looking at the views because they were kind of down because I hadn't been posting on it because my phone was broken. I was kind of feeling discouraged. I was like, man, I'm frustrated. Like, I feel like we're trying and not getting anywhere. But I mean, also that's a little dramatic because it's only been like a month.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we've got a lot of momentum on all social media platforms from just beginning.
A little hard on myself, but it is what it is, right? But this morning I made my little coffee, which is like my favorite little ritual to do in the morning. Did you know you can do spells in your coffee in the morning? Side note. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do like a little tarot reading and I'm going to make a TikTok. Again, I was trying to post for the algorithm and it's something Courtney had brought up and I was like, that's actually like a sick idea. So I found an audio that's pretty popular and I posted something and it was actually, I drew the star, which I was very excited about because that's such a sick card. And I think you drew it. I wish I could remember, I wish we had better details and notebooks of when you drew it, but you've drawn.
Oh, I have it written down. I probably would.
Yeah.
I just started writing it down in the last couple months, but
yeah.
I don't remember.
I know. I just remember, at the time when you drew it, it was, very significant. And we were like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I posted that. And right before we started recording, I looked at how many fucking views it has. It has 10,000 views.
Yeah, that's the most
Pardon me.
Gotten on anything ever.
Ever.
Crazy.
That's insane to me. I was telling Ryan that one time when I commented on a YouTube video, it got 5,000 likes, and that's the closest. That's the most famous I've ever been. But
this is 5,000 likes on a comment before.
Oh yeah.
I've never even had anything like that happen.
Really?
Yeah, no. This is my first big experience.
Oh my god, it's so bizarre. Though so many people are commenting on it, which I wasn't expecting, just because. I didn't put on it to say I claim.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you put that, 'cause
I think that's a
terminology for
it's like a cultural thing, I want to say, for the spiritual realm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because remember when we were watching that tarot reading and I said I didn't claim that reading because I was trying to deflect it, that reading about the 2 months being shitty. I don't remember if you remember me saying that, but...
Wait, are you talking about the reading that we watched on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, I don't claim this, because it's, all about your intentions. I don't think you're, cursed or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's when it doesn't resonate with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I was trying to deflect it, but it's happening, but it's fine. Yeah. After 2 months, it's going to be great, and that's what I'm holding on to, so.
Yeah.
But, anyway, yeah, that was really exciting, and it came at a time where I was feeling really discouraged, and, I don't know, just kind of in a rut creatively, I guess.
Yeah, you have your ups and downs, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to try and do maybe more tarot readings on TikTok because we do them anyway, right? For ourselves, we might as well share the blessings that and you know what I mean, the messages that we're receiving because there's other people that are in our wavelength and cycle who need to receive the same things because sometimes our tarot readings even line up, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's good practice for your intuition because all we really do is our own readings. Yeah. Pretty much. I haven't. Yeah, me and you did. Remember, the last time that I did a reading on someone else was the time that I think you did, which was
it was Brett. Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think what's cool about when you do a reading is you try to do the intuitive, without reading first, because a lot of the times you're pretty I would say most of the time that you're pretty dead on. Which
that's what a lot of I've watched YouTube videos trying to teach you basically
learn how to do it.
Yeah, learning. YouTube videos teaching you how to read tarot, and most of them say like not to even read the books at all in the beginning, so you become more intuitive naturally
really
with
cool.
the cards. But there's like guidelines. So basically, they're like, well, you lost your little book, didn't you?
My little book?
The book that came with your tarot deck?
It's somewhere here. I just don't use it. I didn't like it. I wasn't into it.
Well, in my book, it says like what 1, 2, like all.
The numbers. Yeah.
And it kind of gives you like a rough outline, which I normally to like check that first.
Yeah.
And then kind of do my own intuitive reading.
Yeah,
and then after that, I'll cross-reference Biddy Tarot and
go from there. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I've been feeling my intuition's been really disgustingly strong. Like, it's been making me sometimes uncomfortable. I was scrolling through TikTok, and there was this, like, I sent it to you on Snap. There was this TikTok, and it was 5 crystals, and she was like, 6 crystals, choose a crystal.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Test your intuition. And I, as soon as I seen it, I was drawn to that crystal. And I was like, I didn't even have to pause it or anything. I was like, that's the one. And I just went off my first thought, because that's what intuition is, right? And I got it right. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I know. Very interesting. But, yeah. And I put little crystals in I tried to make the TikTok aesthetic too. It was fun to make. So I'm excited for you to make
Try one tomorrow. Yeah, I haven't even done a reading in a while. I've just been so busy.
I know.
But we've been outside and just on the go a lot.
Oh, the weather's been fantastic. We have to take advantage of it.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we got an email yesterday about our workplace and going back to work. So we're also a little stressed about that, and that's why the TikTok too ties in was such a beacon of hope, because it came at the time
that
we're in the right direction. Thank God. Because I don't want to work the 9 to 5, and I don't think a lot of us do, because it's not really natural to most. I think there's people who are who are happy to work long hours, because we need those type of people in the world. But unfortunately, I'm a creative type, and yeah.
And I think a lot of people, even I think everyone has creativity within them. They just don't know how to express it. They haven't unlocked it. I think that's a huge problem.
It's kind of like, so like dance is a creative outlet, and within art, there's painting, there's drawing, there's what we're doing. This is an art in a sense. Like there's plenty of different means. And now with YouTube, it's like there are more avenues they're creating too for people to, get involved in it and be able to express themselves, which is exciting for sure, because it's important to. These things are all a way of learning to communicate with other people. Once you can learn to express feelings in a physical form, you can start to attach the verbal to it, and then, you know what I mean? We're headed towards a better society the more we communicate, which is something that we've discussed recently, is just communication being literally
the key to everything.
Because the other secret.
I think communication clouds energy, and when you don't pinpoint what the issue is early on, it kind of snowballs into something more
bigger.
And it could be like kind of subconscious too, before you really notice like this is a problem, and then it kind of causes like tension in your energetic cord.
For sure. I think that's why, that's part of the reason I'm excited to move in with Ryan, because I think that phones really misconstrue what a person's intention is, and that's where a lot of miscommunication lies in relationships, in my relationship anyway, because it's just I don't know, it's easier to wake up face to face and ask someone what they're doing, and then be texting back and forth, oh, what you up to? It's just not natural, right? And I think that's also kind of low-key planned, but that's a whole other podcast. That's not planned on. We're not talking about the Illuminati and Silicon Valley. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think with any relationship miscommunication, especially when you're on the outside looking in, you can always tell it's miscommunication.
Oh yeah, you're the third party. Your perspective of everyone's in this is the most important of our relationship.
But not necessarily though.
Well,
this is an outsider's perspective, but I have a different sort of insight that you can't possibly have. And that goes I think when you know both of the people in the relationship too, it's different, because typically all you hear is
one-sided story.
Yeah, people bitching about their boyfriend or girlfriend, but when you're friends with both of them, you can really see like how it is just a miscommunication. And there is no side, but like you're so far into it when you're arguing with somebody that like you don't see. You're so wrapped up in that moment that you can't have that like
clarity. That's how she goes, and I think that
you can't remove yourself from your emotions.
Yes, and both me and Ryan are practicing that because we struggle with our own things that make that a challenge, right? Like we jump to certain conclusions, and neither of us are perfect, which is the beauty of the relationship because he loves me anyway, and that's really exciting. And I love him too.
Well, it's like you guys are actively trying to get there, and I think one day it's gonna be. I don't know. Maybe one day you can get to the point where you're never gonna really argue, but like.
Well,
I don't think like maybe not.
We never used to argue. Like it took us like a year into the relationship to argue.
Yeah, but I feel like your relationship had like a very slow start though.
No, I find that like even when we argue, it's not often. She's pretty intense when it happens, which whatever. It's just because we let things go so long. We're learning to, you know what I mean? Actually say
when
what
something
we feel.
bothers you gotta just bring it up. Like there's no sense unless it's not worth it, and I think that's a problem is like deeming whether it's worth it or not.
And I am the worst because I will always invalidate myself and say it's not worth it until it's this huge thing and I am being dramatic and it was my own fault in the first place. Because just open up your mouth and say something, Hannah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta ask for what you want. It's like even with manifesting. It's the same thing. Like you can't just. I don't know.
I think the important thing to remember is your significant other, no matter how well they know you, unfortunately cannot read your mind. And if they could, it'd probably be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, but that's why you have to just let them know what you're thinking and feeling, and.
Yeah, which is a struggle in itself, obviously, because I feel like I've talked about not being ready to disclose certain information because I'm just such an internalizer. So I definitely recognize my faults, and I think, I don't know, we're adults and it's good. And we're moving in together, baby.
Yeah, this is also very exciting.
Yeah, oh, jeez, I almost fucking, that's what I get for moving. Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah, we're all moving in together. I guess we should clarify.
Yeah, we're a throuple now. This is the announcement. Oh, just kidding.
For those of you that are just tuning in and don't know who Ryan is, I guess we need to kind of backtrack. Hannah and Ryan are together, and I am Hannah's roommate. Well, Hannah and I are roommates, and we're all becoming roommates. We're moving into Ryan's house. Probably in the next couple weeks we're gonna start moving stuff over, and it's gonna be like a slow move. We're gonna kind of paint our rooms and get everything ready to go.
Ooh, what are you gonna paint? What color are you gonna paint?
I don't know, because I only like black and white. So
I know, right? I know. You know what? This is the first opportunity I've ever had to paint walls in the same way. Why would I put a color on the wall? I've always fantasized about it.
I know. I don't know. I'm not gonna go with like a color.
No,
I'm
definitely.
not much of a bold. Like I like.
You're gonna have to
contemporary
start going to Pinterest.
Yeah.
Taking a look-see. I'm excited about Ryan's room too. Oh my god, it's huge. To decorate that. Can we be interior designers on the side?
Right. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And we get the podcast room that we manifested, which is exciting. We get to set that up. That'll be so friggin' cool to have just like a separate space to like remove ourselves and get ourselves into a certain zone.
Exactly.
We can do our tarot. It's more gonna be the coven room, I feel, than just the podcast room.
Exactly, our chill room.
Yeah.
It's like a man cave but for witches.
Yeah, exactly. A man cave but for witches. Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Well, in due time, I mean, we're enjoying our time off, and we're trying not to worry too hard about going back to work because thus far everything has worked out in our favor.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, that's why I'm really not stressed about it. I know that the universe is going to allow us enough time to really get, like, the ball rolling with the podcast and not let it interrupt.
Even if we did end up going back to Cloud 5, we just have to know that it's part of the story and it doesn't interrupt what we're doing now. It just adds to the money pot, right? We'll make a little more.
Either way, everything happens for a reason, and it's not like we're going to stay there together. We have an end goal.
Yeah.
Stay there. Did I say together or forever?
You said together, but both apply. together or forever. We're not staying, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's a great job for those who appreciate a 9 to 5, and I think that anyone who's like a homebody and like is looking for a job where they're going to be traveling a little bit, it's fine. But for
it's not what I thought it was going to be. It is a great job, but like I think we both kind of we threw our all into it because we knew, but it needed to happen. Everything really did come together.
Well, for me too, it was a partial. Oh my god. For me too, it was partially. I've been serving and like on my feet my whole career. Like I've always done like minimum wage stand-in work, so I was just desperate to be able to get paid to sit down, and I got paid to sit down. It still hurt my sciatica, and I was like, this is garbage. I don't like it.
No, I just didn't realize like the work it quite entailed, and like I don't know, just that's not what I want to do. I want to travel. I don't want to work 9 to 5 forever so I can travel once a year. That isn't what I want to do. So like, why am I settling?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that we do have we have the drive and we have the capability within us to do whatever we want as long as we don't get in our own ways, which is, I mean, true for everyone, guys. That means you too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in everybody has the capability of following their dreams as long as they pursue them hard enough. And like, you really need to discover what those dreams are, and your dreams are allowed to change, but I don't know, it's all about like the pursuit and not settling, and I'm done settling, and we're gonna push until we
get what we want.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not. I think the biggest thing that I've really come to the conclusion with especially with studying like law of attraction is like the detaching.
Yeah, and not the desperate energy, for sure. I know, I think that's part of the reason that the TikTok blew up, because I did it right before.
Yeah.
Or I posted it right before the run, went on the run, and I seen a couple comments, that's why I told you to look at it.
Yeah, and
I didn't even know.
It's been blowing up ever since.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that in all different avenues of my life, for sure. Like, I just am not so fixated on the outcome anymore, because I know that whatever happens is going to be what's best for me, and as long as I like keep my goals in sight, I don't see what.
Oh my gosh, isn't that exciting? Because when you truly believe that, then literally
there's
anything you want,
yeah,
you already have, basically, because it is.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the key component, like when trying to get other people who don't understand law of attraction to understand is there's nothing to lose with adopting this mindset. But there's absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the only thing is like taking a little bit of willpower, which I constantly struggle with. And I was still it's been, I don't know, like I guess I started like really dabbling in it in like December, January, and like I've had my ups and downs, but like the more spiritually awakened I become, the more I'm manifesting, the more that I'm seeing it. But it was kind of hard in the beginning. Like I found a lot of it was kind of like, what the hell? Like that doesn't even make sense.
I remember you expressing that for sure in the video, for sure.
But because it just sounds out there, and I'm a very logical person, and I've always been the very logical and skeptical and like atheist, so all of this is like new to me.
But like the proof is in the pudding, baby. You can't argue with a lot of.
There's no ignoring it now.
You've been on such a roll too. It's like you just fucking really do manifest stuff quickly now when you think about it. Oh
yeah, everything that I've wanted in the past little while.
It's like the struggles are still there every so often, but like.
I don't even see them so much as struggles. There hasn't been very many curveballs ever since I've kind of like just chilled out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have like little things happen, but nothing that's even notable.
I know, it's all about letting it go. That's for sure.
And like the less worry I have, the less stress is presented towards me. And like I am probably like a prime candidate of a good example of how adopting this mindset can completely shift your reality.
Oh my God,
I did not think I had the capability of even being this positive or seeing the glass half full. Like, I'm not in a good mood 24/7 clearly, but like I have way more capabilities of handling what I couldn't before.
Oh God,
and I have way more positive outlook on life, and I'm excited.
And I see it, and that's I'm an asshole, and I like to push people because whatever, I like to poke the bear. It is what it is, but you know, we all are capable of far more. And I don't know, I think I appreciate tough love too. Sometimes you just gotta fucking, I don't know, lay it on you, because like at the end of the day, I think most people can get to the bottom of it in their head. They just need someone to trigger that.
Yeah. Or it's like
the motivation
loud,
too.
You
Yeah.
know, you've already went over it in your own head a lot of the times.
Oh my God. Yeah. If I had a penny for every time I rethought a thought, Jesus Christ, we wouldn't be doing a podcast. We'd be fucking floating in Bora Bora right now in a private villa, baby. Jesus. Well, this was a good conversation despite everything. We're at a 20-minute mark here.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what we've been on to. Those have been our recent Eureka moments, honestly, because this is the stuff that I've been thinking about while on our runs and stuff. Which, by the way, please run, because it's a fucking fantastic way to get your thoughts flowing, your vibrations up. Oh my God.
Gosh. Yeah, I feel like even especially I've only been drinking smoothies and eating vegetables, as you know. I've been doing this for like 6 days now, and working out was like absolutely phenomenal. Like it was like
flying.
Yeah, I can't even put it into words. It was like euphoric. Like I was having all these conclusions and good ideas, and I felt like I was in like super manifestation mode. Like I just felt amazing. I was radiating positivity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of signs in the graveyard and stuff. Like I just go in there basically now. I look like a psycho, honestly, because I seen another headstone today. It said Han, and it was cute because it's like that's what my sister calls me. And at this point, it sounds insane, and I'm just gonna say it anyway. I feel like I have this relationship with the graveyard and everyone who's laid to rest there, and like because every time I'm in there, it's so beautiful. I'm always so grateful, and I feel like that is received by whoever is in there, right? And so that little Han was like the graveyard being like, see you, girl, like, keep going. So, I don't know. I sound crazy. I do for sure.
Well, no, it's not crazy. It's like when you look for signs, you're going to receive them, but there's nothing wrong with looking for them. It's not like you're trying to prove.
Yeah, that's fair.
The thing, too. I think, like, there's that element of, like, trying to prove spirituality, but, like, you don't. Once you understand that it is all just you projecting your own reality, it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, you can look for signs, but you're looking for signs and you find them and it's cool and it's fun. Like,
yeah.
There's not really much more to it than that. You're just treating life like a game, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And so far, I mean, ever since we started playing, it's been pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Once you, like, step out of the rat race and start, like, taking life in your own hands, like, I mean, fortunately, we were able to not, like, it's all came about when we stopped working, but we got lucky, but I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people went through a similar thing. If it wasn't as long as us, they got laid off for a little bit or had some time to themselves, which is so important and so, like, such a blessing. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of awful. Yeah, there's a lot of awful things that have been going on, but you gotta see the brighter, bigger picture. Or the silver lining. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, and it's more than a silver lining. This is perfect. Everything happened like
for a reason.
Yeah, and like, oh my gosh, in our benefit too.
Yeah, definitely.
And we chose to see it this way, and we built this from that.
Yeah.
Because if we were in a different stage when the quarantine began, like, you know what I mean, we weren't on our spiritual lightning journey, like, this could have went a totally different way.
Yeah. And I think this is not just something like that is happening to us just because we're so awesome, when we're so in tune with the universe. Like, this was a struggle. This was a hard struggle. There was a lot of dark times. I've laid in bed for 48 hours and not eaten or drank because I'm doing some fucking crazy ass, like, shadow work. But I think everyone is capable of it, and everyone has a different journey to get there, but you just need to keep your mind open. And once you can open your mind up to the signs, then things will start to. It's the momentum.
Or like once you like get in tune with the universe again, and like you're able to feel the signs. Like when when my relationship with signs is mostly like, I don't know, it's more like kind of like a warm confirmation, like that I'm not alone, or like that everything fits together. We're all connected. That's how I feel when I see a sign. Is like that. In this moment, I've seen that, what everything has led me to this moment for a reason, and I put intention into looking for signs, that's cool. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Like, when you are, like, your brain is primed for these signs, so you are a magnet towards them and you find them.
And I was trying to explain this to Ryan because it would, sometimes when I would show him things, he'd be like, oh, now you're just looking for it. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Yeah. That's part of the point. I'm looking for it and it's finding me. Like,
yes, and it's why is there always that counter argument of, like, you're looking for it, but, like, who cares?
It's there.
Yeah.
Whether I'm looking for it or not, it's there. So
I guess, their argument might be like, well, there's a million numbers and there's a million this and there's a million that. But yeah, I found it, though.
And there's a million people in the world, or a billion of people in the world
that are looking for a billion more signs.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to believe that sign isn't special, then you're not special either. And I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to the idea that everyone is special. So, it's just people are so taught to be blind to, like, the little things in life because we're programmed to be, like, TV, whatever, like
distraction,
like those little dopamine hits that don't mean anything because that's just what we're taught, right? That they don't.
They do that for a reason, I think.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think it's anyone's fault for being skeptical. It's just, I mean, you were just saying that you were skeptical in the beginning. I was too going into it, but...
I was skeptical with elements of spirituality, but synchronicities and signs have always been something that have tripped me the fuck out because I have always seen them and I didn't know how to describe them, but we will.
Or by what means you could interpret them, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. They were just kind of like, I would just call them coincidences, like as most people do.
Because that's what I was saying, because that's the word that they have trained us to use, right?
Yeah. Well, even synchronicity and coincidence could be the same thing.
I mean, I guess it is.
It's just the connotation or whatever you put towards it.
The intention behind the word.
But I don't... that's the thing, too. They are what they are, whether they're special or not. Like, they are special to me, so, like, who are you to tell me that they're not?
They're very beautiful to me! Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fuck you, skeptics. Just kidding. Love you guys, too. I hope that you can see the beauty in the world like we do someday, because it's fun.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's good to have a balance of both. I feel like I'm still skeptical of things. I still question everything. I don't follow anything blindly.
Yeah, for sure. I just have to go pee, so we're going to have to put this on pause.
All right. Well, we can just wrap it up.
Okay, perfect.
Might as well, because we're at that half an hour mark anyway, or roughly, are we past that? We're trying to make them a little bit shorter. If you guys are listening all the way through, we'll do a little secret emoji. We'll put the alien emoji and see if you did watch it all the way through, then
comment it.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Instagram, Twitter. Better yet, comment it everywhere if you love us.
Yeah, like blast it all over all social medias.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you don't follow us on any other social medias, you should.
Because we're pretty much everywhere that we can be.
Yeah. List of social medias. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to address this now. We need to switch them all so they're the exact same, I think.
That's going to be a long process, but
we should just take podcasts. Okay, and we're back. Sorry. We actually got a phone call there. We do our podcast on our phones because, we just started out.
Self-made bitches.
Yeah, so, next time we'll definitely put our phones in airplane mode when we're recording a podcast. But we are going to wrap this up. So, you can go ahead and follow our Instagram at the Eureka Effect Podcast.
I think that's where we are.
Yeah, that's like our main. So. Yeah, and we're trying Twitter, but if you want to tweet us, you can tweet us at
the Eureka Effect, but it's an 1 instead of a T because I don't know why it just changed it on me. We have to change our socials and get them all. But we're again, self-made bitches.
Yeah.
We're on this journey together.
And we're working on it, all right? One step at a time. Okay, well, yeah.
Leave us alone. And we're leaving. Okay.
No, just don't kidding. Let the door hit you on the way out.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye, guys.